Hey folks, how you doing? Good to be back with you again. Yeah, subscribe. There are plenty of things to talk about. Uh, thought I'd talk about the ba, ba, the ba and the ka. Well, some say, well, it's difficult understanding the ka. But what has to be kept in mind is that the purpose of the mythology is for the edification of the human, to guide him to a higher state of life. Referred to as the living, referred to as, let's say, the Ankh, A-N-K-H, the cross Ankh with a higher form of living for the human being, right here in this life, not after death, but here in this life. So the mythology, including the mythology of Ba and Ka, guides a person in this way. The mythology is representative of the most ancient past, the most ancient humans, that is, the human past, you see. Then this tells us that, well, this must be where we want to get back to. Yeah, we want to experience something, they say, that the ancient ancestors experienced. And the mythology is representative of what they experienced and teaches how to get there. Okay, that's the mythology. So keep in the mind attentive to that understanding of the mythology. Okay, makes understanding the Ka easier, because we know what the mythology is about. We know what the goal is, or the goal. The goal, not gold. And so we proceed with Ba and Ka. Okay? The Ba is an entity with the body of a hawk and the head of a man. Okay? Now, this Ba, of course, flies. It has the body of a hawk, so it has wings. It flies, so to say, mythologically speaking. And so it comes to the person, the human, within whom is the Ka. Okay? But now, the Ba comes, but he doesn't land on the human. He comes, he flutters around, then he leaves. Because the Ka, which is a point of fixity for the Ba, has not reached that point of fixity. Therefore, the Ba does not land on the human or descend to the human. He just comes, he flutters around and leaves. Or it comes, flutters around and leaves. And will come back again when the time, to check and see whether the Ka has become capable of receiving it, the Ba. Okay. So we'll look at the Ka net, which is the reacting and manifesting power of the Ka. The Ka is reactionary at first, you see. And this is why the Ba doesn't descend directly onto the person, because the person's Ka hasn't purified or gotten rid of the negativity. The Ka then is negative. And if we look at the Ba as the Spirit of God, so to say, then we can see that the Ba is not going to land on the person because he has too much negativity. Therefore, he requires purification to become positive. So now we see that the Ka, it is said that there are 7 Kas within the person. You see, this is an aspect of the mythology. There are other explanations, but we'll go with the 7 Ka. Now, these Ka then must be purified, you see, because they carry negative substance, you see. So these are, let's say, the same as or equivalent to the 7 chakra in the body, you know, when you get into the Hindu situation. So we have these 7. You call them, okay, 7 Ka. Okay. Then what must happen is that these 7 Ka must become purified. Okay, and join together. And when they join together, let's say 6 of the Ka, they join together, 6 of the lower Ka join together, becoming one. That one is the human. That is like the 6 plus 1. The one is the human. This comes about when the Ka has become purified and the person becomes like divine. Then the Ba settles or lands or become one with the Ka. And then we have the Ba Ka together, okay, as one. So then we see that the purification takes place and the reactionary power of the Ka becomes positive as opposed to negative. In other words, it's not a situation where the person now reacts. It is a situation where the person knows and has become causal. It causes things to happen. You see, because the person has become, well, what they call divine. The two have come together, the Ba and the Ka, in this, you know, in this phase of the mythology. Okay. So we see that the Ka, when the Ba does come and descends on a person, actually this descent and becoming one with the person, it will come under the law of necessity, because once the person becomes more or less divine, once he has gathered knowledge of self, etc., the Ba has no choice but to become one with the person, to descend on the person, you see. And of course there are impediments in the way, and this is why the Ba doesn't land in the first place. Because the person hasn't gotten rid of his passion. Now the passions are negative, you see, along with the personality. The earthly personality is negative for the most part. And once this negativity has become positive through various exercises, meditations, etc., once it becomes positive, okay, the person becomes what we call divine. He has put the two together, like di has a meaning of, among others maybe, the meaning of two. The two come together and the person becomes divine. That is, the negative supports the positive, or the negative becomes positive. Okay, and then the person has made his achievement, presumably. And so we see now where ba and ka comes from. The ka starts off as negative, but it goes through purification. The ba then comes, once the purification takes place, once the purification takes place, the ka becomes positive and the ba descends upon them. And that's the Spirit of God. In some religions, they say the Spirit of God. Well, they have different names for the gods, whatnot. Well, anyway, the God descends on the person. Well, we call it the divine spirit descends. Like when a person gets baptized, they say the divine spirit descends upon the person. Same thing. Okay. Okay, folks, I hope you get an idea now of the ba and the ka. Okay. And why the ba doesn't descend on a person when he first comes to the person right away. He comes, flutters around, and leaves. Okay? Because the person hasn't become purified. Okay, folks, have a good one. Subscribe and get back with me. I have a lot more to talk about. And have a good day.